All right, people, let's go. Huh? Who's sober? Huh? We're sober. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm making sure. No, you're good. You can angle. You're good that way. All right. How's everybody doing? Huh? Oh, who's ready to shave? We're gonna have a live shaving video after we win the cup. That's what we're gonna do. All right. Let's see who's in the chat here. Boy.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. All right. Lanisha, how you doing? Good to see you. We should have some interesting new people here this time of night. Bucks, Rays, JD, Derek, how you doing? Yeah, it can bite us in the ass, that's for sure. Derek, let's see. Seems like the winner of Game 4 have upper hand when it comes to 2-1 series. Games 4 are so crucial. Well, I'll tell you the same thing I said at the noon stream, what I've been saying since I remembered it. Before the series started, I said Edmonton would win Game 1. The Panthers would win Game 2 and 3. I didn't think that Edmonton would let Florida win 3 in a row, so I said Edmonton would win Game 4, and the Panthers would win Game 5 and Game 6. So even though it's irritable the way it's happening, I'm just going to cope by saying so far it's happening exactly the way I said it would. So far, so good. Everything is fine. Nothing's wrong. Colin, how you doing? Derek says, rumors, Bennett 8x8 staying in Florida. Ekblad could hit free agency wanting more. Boy, 8x8. How do you tell him no, right? Sounds right. Steven believes we'll win it in the end. Let's see who else is here. Hey, Rosado, no Disney trivia. Hey, Austin. George, Mike. Hey, Michael Rosie, how you doing, bud? We win in 6 because I said so before the series. Bob told me, the puppets told me. They did. If you watch the series preview, you can literally hear Bob tell me Panthers in 6 at the end of the video. So if it doesn't happen, blame him. Hey, Joel. Need to vent. I hear you, man. Hey, Jason, we got to win the next 2. We certainly got to win Saturday. We cannot dick around with losing on Saturday. I don't want to go through Sunday and Monday and all day Tuesday under the prospect of possible elimination. Hey, David, Daniel Barry, how you doing? Checkers game is on YouTube, guys. You guys keep me posted on the score. David says it's tied up after 4 games. It's the 2 best teams. I really believe our depth will start the show. Depth will start the show. Don't disagree. The conditioning, right? We talked about that before. I mean, that's Maurice's whole thing for Game 7 is the conditioning. George says the guys at work today were talking about the game last night, and they said they think Florida is going to win. Well, then there you go. We could just close up the stream now. We know what's going to happen, right? Hey, Real.
Did you read that?
Wait, which one?
Real therapy session, huh? Well,
therapy session. Well, it all started when I was born. Oh, it starts where you're born, Real, because long story short, my dad's mother, my grandmother, had 3 kids. The last one had cerebral palsy. She couldn't get a decent doctor there in New York. So one day she won some kind of prize. She won some money, and she took the money and moved to Florida and took the kids and left my grandfather a note and said, this is where we're going because there's a good doctor for Mark. And that's why I'm a Dolphins fan. It's where you're born. It's where, if she doesn't do that, I'm a Patriots fan, maybe a Rangers fan, or whatever. But that's why I'm a Dolphins fan. Obviously, Panthers fans too. Hey, thank you, Jason. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, bud. He says, here's $2 to the Win Saturday fund. Who is with me? Thank you, bud. We tried buying bullshit. Hey, Leia, no. Stay over there, baby. Good girl. You got to just lay down in front. We got to get her a bed in here. Leia's all hyped up. She's all hyped up. Michael says the puppets better be damn right. No joke. Oh, Eyes, what's the copay? $50. The copay is $50. Actually, it's $50 an hour. So that's the copay.
$1 million.
$1 million, right? Yeah, per 10 minutes. Yeah. Do I take health insurance? You need to stay at network? I don't know. We'll have Donna look that up. We'll have Donna look that up.
We'll figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Yeah, Eyes, the bribe the refs fund. That's a good idea.
Thought we already did that.
We tried to buy goals. David says, I wasn't born in South Florida, but I grew up in a tiny town called St. Palermo, about 80 miles north of Lauderdale. Of the Lottie? I'm confused. What's the Lottie? Are you trying to say Lauderdale? Is that slang for Lauderdale? I don't think it is. I would have known that one. Oh, no, Rosado. Eyes, is there a discount for channel members? Yeah, the sessions are BOGO. The sessions are BOGO. For Lauderdale. Okay, so it is. Gotcha. So Rosado shaved. I don't blame you. I can't do it. Can you imagine if I shaved?
I've now accepted the blame.
It would do now. Right?
Rosado's fault.
Okay, it's Fort Lauderdale, the Lottie. Okay, I'd never heard the Lottie before. Interesting. Jason says, hey, I'm a Texan who fell in love with the Rampage and ended up loving the Panthers. And that was 2009, 2010. We were in dog water. No joke. Right? Look at us now. We need a therapy session. Let's all just take a moment to understand how fragile we have become. That we need a therapy session because we are tied at 2 in our 3rd straight Stanley Cup final. The audacity of that team to put us through this on a weekend, no less. That might say something about us, people. I'm not sure what it says. Rosado says, I made a promise if they lost last night. You know what? Austin says you couldn't keep the playoff beard either. That's fine. I got enough beard for all of you. This is goddamn ridiculous. Look at this. You want to see something even funnier? Watch this. Hold on a second. I got to take the hat off to make it really work. Huh? Look at it. Look at this. Look at this shit. Huh? Is that not a goddamn? Look at this. Look at this. Okay? Hey. I remember back in the day, back when we had television and we didn't even have cable channels, we just had to put the little bunny rabbit ears up on the top of the roof there, and we got 2 or 3 channels sometimes. Every once in a while in between the static, you could see a titty. I said to my brother, put on the Nippy channel, and he knew what I was talking about too. Okay.
I thought it was Uncle Si from Duck Dynasty.
I have no idea. That just came out. That's Sam Bennett's grandfather. I think that's Sam Bennett's grandfather.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm scrolling down to the bottom because who knows what's going on here at this point. Jaws claws. Yeah, Jaws going on tour with ZZ Top. Yeah, Sam Bennett's uncle, right? There's no Disney trivia, Rosado. Kyle will be here. Kyle will be here at about 8:45 to give us a 15-minute break so I can go out there and molest her. I mean, so I can get something to drink. Yeah. What? The Checkers score. Is it 3-1 Checkers? Eyes. Karl Marx. Oh, it won't flatten up.
Now look what you've done.
I know. I'll use your hairbrush.
You need some coconut oil.
It'll make it nice and pretty. I do have coconut oil. I can't imagine what that would do to. I would break out.
Soft.
Yeah, but I would break out. Do you want to massage my face with coconut oil, babe? Oh, good. We could do that. Oh, here we go. Hey, that's a different channel. Real says Sam Bennett's 28 and completely bald. The poor guy. I know, right? Thank you for keeping me updated on the score. It's better that I don't stream the games. Oh, they made the finals. I don't want to start streaming now.
Time to get a haircut, Jaws. Oh wait.
Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Sort of. Very cool. Austin, I hope for your sake the Thunder win tonight. I don't know anything about basketball, but you know. Well, Rosado, remember when I was telling Donna that when we lost to Vegas while they were carrying the trophy around, I was shaving on the live stream. Oh God.
Ryan remembers when I had the Oilers in my
Yeah.
I was wearing the Oilers.
I remember that. Hey Trey, you heard molesting. He said I heard molesting and coconut oil. It said too closely together. Well,
that's gonna be when we swap over to the men's channel.
Yeah, that's the
crazy talk stuff.
Yeah, we will be once hockey. What you're shaking that drink up pretty good there, eh? Damn. Stream's over. See ya. So we will once I look human again and I don't look so much like an old grumpy old man and hockey is over on the men's channel, we'll be live a couple times a week, but we won't be so sober as we are right now, so it might get worse.
It's gonna get worse than
definitely gonna get worse. Hey, thank you, Cuban. Thank you, bud. Oh my God, he wants to know if my carpet matches the drapes. No, it does not. I have very few gray hairs down there. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's like the mustache.
We're gonna have to switch over.
If you really need a visual, Cuban, it's the mustache. The people that are not fans of this channel are wondering what in the hell kind of hockey. What kind of hockey channel is this?
We're family here at Fly Fly. Oh my gosh.
Austin, yeah, I did shave the night after Game 7, and I did the recap when everything was done and all of that. Then yeah, I shaved the night before bed.
Isn't this supposed to be wood floors?
What are you talking about?
No carpet at all.
Oh, I mean, I do have Manscaped as a sponsor, but I'm not shaving with a blade down there. Y'all crazy. Trey says, how pissed has the board got to be that the thing that got him fired got the Oilers back in the series? It's a good point. 3-2 checkers. Dang it. As soon as I started paying attention, you see that? They scored a goal as soon as I started paying attention. Oh, Disney. Rosato's still doing Disney trivia. You poor kid. My mom, what? Oh my God, I saw that, Rosato. Somebody banned Rosato. Do I have a mod in here? Yeah, Jaws OnlyFans. Exactly, Cuban.
I've been trying to encourage.
She wants me to do an OnlyFans, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do that with Kyle? Like, she wants me to dance naked in the sauna. I'm like,
I'd say dance. You can just sit there. And
she just wants you to sit there and
be
sweat.
Sweaty.
Yeah.
And,
this is.
People would pay for that. These people are always trying to get you to do things
with
your shirt off.
I know. Can you imagine if I did it with my beard all poofed out like that? I don't even want to know what kind of clientele.
I'm sure there's a thing for that too.
I'm sure there is. Oh, so Roger wants to know if last night's loss was on Jason Taylor, Taylor Swift, or Travis Kelce.
Rosado, because he shaved his beard.
No, he shaved after.
Oh,
he shaved after. I'm gonna have to blame Swift and Kelce, Roger. I'm gonna have to blame Swift and Kelce. Because apparently we did win a couple times with the Dolphins. We won with McMichael and Marino banged the drum for Game 3 against Vegas, the one game we did win. So we'll blame it on the shake your ass or offer. Rosada said, I thought this was a children's channel. Well, you thought wrong. What? What?
That's David,
That's David. Oh, I wish I would have just scrolled down to the bottom on that one.
Oh, he makes me laugh.
Ryan Reese said, Steven. I'm sorry, man. Oh, you're so sorry. Ryan says Jaws wants Eagles to beat the Chiefs. Well, I want Oilers to dethrone the Panthers. That seems fair. That seems fair, Ryan. That's okay. We are cool. Trey says move the Dolphins to London. I agree there. What? Rosado? This went off the rails fast.
Our other channel is going to be fun.
So Leafs fan 619 says Laura McDavid wearing a Rat Patrol shirt today to troll the Panthers. Boy, she better hope that Edmonton wins. Right? Like, she's got a set of cojones trolling so early, and it's 2-2. You know? Like, if Bennett's shot is an eighth of an inch lower, it's 3-1. Or if we didn't blow a 3-0 lead, don't get me started. I don't want to talk about hockey. What are we doing? I says I told the Checkers players watching tonight. Yeah, they're screwed. They're screwed. David, I started it. Yeah, it's pee-pee time. Hey, thank you, Cuban. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Cuban. Jaws, the third-legged hairy monster only. Oh, my God.
You have to figure out who suggested our name.
Oh, hey, for those of you who were here on the noon stream the other day, remind me, somebody suggested a name. When I said that Donna and I would be on the men's channel and I was going to take a hit and she was going to have a drink and we were going to live stream, somebody said Doobies and something with Donna. Does anybody remember what that was? But it was Doobies and something. I can't remember what the second word was. Yeah, her husband is a catch-up, right? Tracy has two multi-goal blown leads and honestly could have been a sweep. It could have been anything at this point. At this point, it just could have been anything. Oh yeah, Doobies and movies.
I said that.
I
said Doobies and movies.
We're doing the freeze up thing. All right, hold on a second. I don't know anymore when it's doing it because we have the constant low internet signal now.
I think Trey did Trey know they said that, or did Trey just suggest?
Yeah, we're frozen again. Let me pop out and I'll pop back in. Hold on. Oh Jesus! I'm gonna have to call. Called me. All right, let's try this again. Looks like we should be okay now.
Trey was guessing.
Oh, you were guessing? Smoking poke, bongs and booty.
So nobody remembers.
Put the doobie between the boobie.
So nobody remembers what the name was.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see.
Or who suggested it.
I mean, doobies and boobies. Blunson.
You can't call me that.
Joe, yeah, van down by the river. Exactly. No, I don't know that we could do doobies and boobies as a title on YouTube and have it be monetized. That would be the only problem. That would be fantastic. But I don't know if we could do that and stay monetized or not. That would be the only problem. You know, unfortunately, YouTube is that way. Joel says, I really want to see Marchand lift the cup as a Panther. Absolutely. The next 3 years, we'll sign it. Yeah, we'll win 4 straight. Oh, God, I can't lead last night. I'm still trying to pretend it didn't happen. Rosado, it's going to be hard for Blue Chew to sponsor the channel. I reached out to him. I didn't get a response. Hey, thank you, Cuban. Thank you, bud. Blunt Force Donna with Jaws and Donna.
I am blunt.
Blunt force. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Toronto. Oh, come on, man. Here we go.
Doobies and boobies will help you forget last night's game.
Yes, exactly, Goat Slayer. Doobies and boobies. I'll try it, but I can't imagine that they're going to let me say that in the title. Like, they would let me say it, right? Well, hold on a second. Let's see. Let me go to YouTube here. Hopefully it doesn't screw up the signal again. I got to call them again. This is getting obscene.
Just do it on the stream so they can be amused again.
Let's see. If I put boobies into a title, that's bubbies. That's bubbies. You idiot. Learn to spell, Jaws. Boobies. Let's see.
Oh, hey. Take that out of there.
Let's see. Man boobs, little big boobs. Here's Olga's 54 years old. Boobies. If you guys get man boobs, I think that might be okay. There, one boob is bigger than the other. I mean, I guess we could try it. What about doobies? Can I say doobies? Well, the Doobie Brothers, you know, it might work. You can't, yeah, because they say the Doobie Brothers, it might be worth the chance. It might be worth the shot, right? Okay. Back to hockey talk.
Ryan, back to his.
I see. Joel, oh no, Bubba's starting tomorrow for sure. Unless you're asking about Edmonton, and then I would assume that it's going to be Pickard. I know it's supposed to be Picard, but I can't stop calling him Pickard. Hey, Cruise Control, we need to win too. Like I said before the series started. So far, every game is played out. The winner and loser has played out exactly what I said before the series started. So I'm just going to cope by saying that, because I'll rather be right than wrong, because I had us winning in 6. It could still happen. Obviously, we saw game 4. What happened in game 3 didn't matter. And so when game 5 happens, what happened in game 4 doesn't matter. So if we could get a lead and hold it, right? Rosado wants to know if there's any sexy Hall & Oates picks. Cruz, I know Doobie is weed, but they have the Doobie Brothers, and they're allowed, so I think it's okay. We could be the Boobie Brothers. George says, you ever seen a word and go, yeah, that fits? Like, there isn't another word for boobies or a monk. Right. Yeah, it's boobies. Exactly. Everybody likes boobies. Trey says 5-1 after Skinner was pulled, so I'm counting that as your 6-1 for Edmonton. Okay, I like that, Trey. I like that. God, they outscored us 5-1. Jesus. No, Trey, to make it even more fair, we'll let Edmonton get the first goal in game 5, because that makes the 6-1, right? Exactly. The amount of coke is fantastic. Get Adam Levine on the show. Exactly. Chronic and tonic. That's not bad. It's not bad. 4 o'clock PK. What are we talking about? George says some people don't know why people like boobies. They just say their blobs are fat. Well, they're not. They're boobies. George, that was my mother. When I was a kid, I kid you not, I can't believe I'm going to have to tell this story.
Oh, God.
When I was a kid, I told you about my uncle with cerebral palsy. He had handicap seats to the Orange Bowl. So we would go to the Orange Bowl, and the handicap seats, the wheelchair seats, were right there in front of the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders literally danced right in front of the handicap seats. So we go to the game. I have my mom's camera, taking pictures of the game, taking pictures of the cheerleaders. I'm full of mind. So my mom takes the camera, develops the film. gives me my pictures. She had taken out the pictures of the cheerleaders, and the quote was, "I'm not going to supply my son with pornography." And my dad's like, "Debbie, what is wrong with you?" Well, I don't know why he's got to be so, why men have to find blobs of fat so attractive. Leia, no, shit. Oh, no, baby. Good girl. You gotta stay over there, okay? Good girl. You gotta lay right there. Lay right in front, okay?
We should have just put her here.
That's where Fluffy, oh, she'd be crazy there. That's where Fluffy would lay. You lay right there. Okay, lay down, sweetheart. Good girl.
So go back up there a little bit.
Okay, go back up here. Let's see. I do want to get to roll actual hockey question. What was there something else I was supposed to see? No. Hey, Drew, how you doing, bud? Wait a minute. Henderson says Pickard isn't starting because Edmonton doesn't learn things. They've already said Skinner is starting. No, that's got to be fake news. That can't be true. I mean, I'll take that. No. Is that real, Henderson? Roland says, Jaws, is it even worth bringing Ekblad back? Let him get overpaid by his hometown team so we can burn him on the ice in those Atlantic playoff series against Toronto. Sounds like Marner is leaving the Leafs. So pay Bennett. Absolutely pay Bennett. Here's my circumstance. If losing Ekblad means we can sign Marchand, you do it. If you have a choice between paying Ekblad or Marchand staying, you take Marchand because you got Jones to move with Forsling, and you just trust our scouts to go get another pair for Mikkola. And if you have a problem, you solve it at the trade deadline. I would prefer Ekblad to stay, but if he's going to try to break the bank and Marchand is like, hey, man, I'll take 5 or 6 to stay. If I'm making the choice, I might give that to Marchand because what he does for Lundell and Luosterainen is exceptional. I'm not undervaluing Ekblad, but that was the question. So that's my answer. Geez, my internet again? Jeez. It's official. They announced that. Wow. So they're really going to play Skinner again. Announced on Sportsnet after the game. Geez, I'm surprised I didn't hear about that before that. So they're going to go, okay, that's like the best possible news for Florida we could get. Why would they do that? I'm okay. Yeah, okay. Tuckling says, I don't believe they would play Skinner again. That would be insane. Green says, you're going to buy me a Starlink setup. Oh. So the internet guy, he said, see what's happening, but nobody can find the problem. So he was supposed to have his supervisor call me. So the supervisor called. Now, yesterday, all of a sudden, I'm getting the low internet, but for the most part, the streams have been better. We haven't been having the same problem. So I don't know what they did or what they're doing, and they didn't call me. So I'm going to have to call back again on Monday. And every time I call back, I have to start all over with a new person. And at some point, it's going to ask for the whole damn year's money back on my bill because it's just getting absurd. There says Eck and say Erod's and a test for another Kachuk. Oof. Starlink the saddle. And now I've heard not great things about the Starlink. I've heard that trying to stream using Starlink can get glitchy. Does anybody know? Has anybody in the chat streamed with Starlink. Rosado, I don't know what he can do. It's a physical. Both texts say it's the neighbor's lines, so it's a physical thing. I mean, I appreciate the offer. Duckling, yeah, Starlink is good because you can have internet anywhere. But yeah, I could always hook up a potato, right? Hey, Kate, how you doing? Gabriel, I agree. Says I want to keep Ekblad, but I'm not overpaying given the injury history. There's like thousands of Starlings. Patel says, I know a content creator who used Starlink from the woods of Knoxville. It's been great. Interesting. How much is it per month? How much is it per month? Because I know what I'm paying. I mean, it couldn't hurt to try it, right?
That's what I said. Do we have any other options?
Like if we tried it and it worked, right? Because I'm paying $150 a month. So how much is the Starlink? All right, thanks, Patel. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I might just try that rather than fighting with them to get this right. Cuban says she's fire and grace. He's heart and soul. Together, they're a blazing brand new goal. Not just lovers, but partners in flow. Welcome to the Donna and Jaws show. Damn, Cuban. I should pay you the $5. Thank you, brother. That's pretty cool. I like that. The only problem with doing it is what I learned, because I've tried to make shirts to sell where it's like Kyle and Jaws and stuff like that, and it's copyrighted because of Jaws. They won't even let me have a picture of the word Jaws because the bots pick it up. So I've tried to do that a few times, and I'd have to find some way that somebody would print them off for me under the table, so to speak.
I got a girl. I got a shirt girl.
Trey says, "Oh, you do?"
Mm-hmm.
Trey says fast internet is $25 in Thailand. Drew, yeah, I know I'm blurry. I know it's been better the last few days, but tonight it's not. They don't like it. They don't like me. But maybe Starlink might not be great. Well, I am using a kind of a cheap webcam, Drew, so that might be kind of the normal picture here. You'd have to ask the rest of the people in the chat. Do I look abnormally blurry tonight, or is Drew just not used to my cheap webcam? IDK, all right. He says we should have won game 1 and 4 because now Edmonton realizes Baker can just shut us down. I think but they're going back to Skinner. IDK, that's what the rumor. I can't believe that. Like I got wood when they said that. Like that's gotta be, if they do that, that's gotta be one of the dumbest moves I can imagine. IDK, I don't know. That's what Henderson was saying. Oh, Roland says, Jaws, it's a fake tweet circulating around from a Frank Saravalli burner. Ah, shit. There goes my wood. Damn it. That sucks. I couldn't imagine they were going to do it, right? Damn. Damn it. Yeah, I can't imagine it's going to be anybody else, right? Doobie said, this is bad juju, Jaws. The Panthers are going to lose the Stanley Cup here. Nah, we're good. What's the bad juju? What's the bad juju? I didn't shave. Much to the chagrin of my loving soon-to-be wife. I didn't shave. She's liked it up to this. She's liked it And then this week, she's like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Go walk your dog. Just like,
Not
just see go walk your dog.
I think so. Yeah, Colin, exactly. Keep saying that Picard is 7-0 in the playoffs.
Shit was getting in.
I get you, Rosado. I understand it, man. I get it. No disagreement. Can't watch the game. I have to watch the game. Dave says, am I the only one who's really annoyed that the Edmonton Lubricants coach complained about the officiating and last night's Kulikov stick? Wait, did he come? He didn't complain about last night, did he? Did he complain? I didn't watch it. I didn't watch as much. For some reason, I didn't watch as much hockey content today as I would normally watch. I didn't watch Dangle. I didn't watch Hectic. I didn't even watch Hockey Junkie. I watched mine. I watched the interviews. And as soon as Sam Reinhart said we were a little bit slow and passive, I threw the laptop across the room and decided to go do laundry. Because that got me roused and listening to that shit. That's the same thing they said after game one. How do they do the same thing twice? No wonder I'm bald and white. Hey, Doobie, where's Kyle? He's going to be here at some point. Another 10 minutes. Kyle will spend 10 or 15 minutes with you all. I'm going to go smack her around a little bit in the booty, and then we'll come back, and then we'll finish up. So we'll give Kyle just a little bit of time because I know you guys like to abuse him. Roland says, should we include Jack Devine and Justin Sourdif in any trades to get big-name players this summer? No. Because if they traded Jack Devine, Trey would cease to exist. And I think Sourdif will probably be on the team next year, especially if we have to move Rodriguez to sign Marchand, because that's my fantasy. I go to bed at night and I think about signing Marchand for another 3 years, at least 2, right? But no, I don't think. I think we need to hold on to guys because we do have some. At some point, there will be some transition. You know what I mean? Like we should be able to afford Luosterainen, but he's going to need a contract soon enough, right? A few years down the road, Sam Iskevich will need to get paid again. And once he has 40 goals on the line with Bennett and Tkachuk next year, he's really going to get paid. Edmonton Lubricants. That's not bad. Did you get that from Hockey Junkie or you make it up on your own? Colin says Barkov needs a big game. No disagreement here. David says, yeah, but Kulikov's thick as hell for 7 straight minutes and Nurse scores. Yeah, or 7 straight seconds. Yeah. To me, I'm like, just let him play. Don't call anything. Unless it's 7 men on the ice. Cade says, I won't give up ever. I agree. Hey, Doobie, yeah, nice yellow perch today, right? That was a nice fish. Every year I catch one, and I don't know if you watched the whole show, but every year there's a day where I catch a yellow perch and a bluegill. Every once in a while I'll catch a crappie. But it must be like I'm out there during one specific day where the salinity goes really down and all the freshwater fish move out from behind the bridge. Because even the catfish I caught was small. So, no, it was a good little quick day. That's the biggest yellow perch I've seen in that spot. I heard they taste really good. But listen, Patel says, I asked my buddy, content creator, Better Bachelor. He pays, I know him. I mean, I've watched some of his stuff, Patel. Yeah. He pays $120 a month for home internet and $40 a month for cellular. They're both upgrading to 1 terabyte speed. Well, that's $30 a month less than I pay now. All right. I might just have to try it. If I can get reliable service and get $30 a month less and drop this dumbass cable company and be done with this garbage, I might just try that. Yeah, I might just try that. Thanks for the info, man. All right, Drew. Appreciate you hanging out, bud. Yeah, Adonis says, I only watched the hockey psychology breakdown. He made good points on Edmonton using their speed and forechecking the Panthers into making mistakes. Cats had bad support exiting the zone. Yeah, if I watch any of them, that's the one I'll watch. I just didn't want to get any more irritated than I already was. Colin says if the Cats can get a big game from Barkov, then it'll be home cooking. I hope so, man. We just win a game. Just win, please. That's what I said last time. I can't believe we blew a lead. God damn it, it was 3-0. How they do it again? How?
There's like another 3 to go.
Rosado, I gotta get going. I have to wake up in 3 hours to go to London. All right, Rosado, enjoy yourself, bud. He was in Paris.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. His parents are rich.
Oh.
They're like gazillionaires. They're not. But they travel all the time. Trey says this Friday therapy session was needed. I appreciate it. And we definitely need. Hey, Kyle. Yeah. Where are you going? I'm getting a different shirt on. Oh, all right. Kyle's getting dressed for his big debut. All right. That's good. He'll be here in a few minutes. Adonis says, or guys, maybe we should realize that the team still can't comprehend the mindset Edmonton shares as a group. Once they understand how to play a full 60 minutes and stick to their game, results can follow. Yeah, it's a good way to relax out there, Doobie. I love that. I love my spot, man. Like, you never know what life is going to bring you, right? But let's just say, unless God and the universe decide that I am not allowed to live in this house anymore, they had to drag me out kicking and screaming. The dogs are buried in the yard, and you see where I get to go fishing. It takes me 45 seconds to get there. Why would I ever leave? Right? And Donna loves the house, unlike certain other people that hated the house. Yeah. Roland says, I understand why Zito made the Seth trade. He's had great moments, but also had low moments. Was it worth giving up goalie of the future for Jones with that contract? Who's going to start after Bob's done? Good question, Roland. So they asked Maurice, when we traded Spencer, they asked Maurice, who's the future goalie for the Panthers? And he said Sergei Bobrovsky. So my assumption is this offseason, you're going to see a 2 or a 3-year extension for Bob. My guess, my wet dream, is at about $6 million to give us some extra cap space after his $10 million comes off the book. Bubba's not going anywhere, at least for another 2 years at least. So Spencer wanted to play. His value was about as high as it was going to get. And I think they might have seen the writing on the wall with Ekblad leaving. And so you get Jones, you've replaced Ekblad, and now you kind of force Ekblad to be the one, hey, look, if you want to stay, we only have so much money. So I hated to see Knight go because I do think he's going to be an exceptional goalie. It just was never going to happen here. He was just not going to get an opportunity here. And we have Cooper Black in the AHL, and we've got another guy, I believe, that when Bob is ready, I think Cooper Black is 6'8". So I think we feel good about it. And I hope he does well in Chicago. Emperor says I need the therapy session too, right? Hey Rick, how you doing, bud? How you doing, man? Colin, 3-2 checkers after 2. All right. Just don't blow it. Rick, it's not so bad right now. What's it? 74, a little humid. I went fishing today. Mrs. Jaws is here. Leia's laying around here somewhere. Following Kyle around. Everything's good. It's a good day. Panthers, I mean, I hate that we lost, but the fact that I'm live streaming on Friday night while we're in our third straight finals, tied at 2-2, things could be worse. Oh, it's Lightning Girl Doobie. Very cool. Very cool. Thomas says, lineup changes for the Panthers? No. No. I don't think there's nothing to change. If you wanted to move Erod and Verhaeghe around every once in a while, no, we just got to play our game and play the whole 60 minutes. I can't believe I still have to say that at this point with this team. But, no, I would expect the same guys in the exact same way. Oh, sure thing, Lightning Girl. What's not true, Rosado? Rosado. Okay, yeah, I from what I understand, it was last year Oiler fans after Game 7. Donnie says we have to get Kyle a girlfriend before GT6 release. I don't think he wants one. Hey, Vanish. How you doing, bud? He says Florida has hit do or die territory. This is what the Oilers do. When Picard comes out, games get 50 times harder. If the Panthers let Saturday slip, Oilers will blow the series open. What I'll say is we need to win on Saturday. It's going to be stressful. Donna will be here, so that helps because we don't have any hard mics for me to spill on her. So we'll have to get something else sticky all over your legs. Rosado. Shadow says, I think Florida thought that the Oilers would try to do the same thing again from Game 3 after going up 3-0, so they decided to coast in the second period. It's an interesting thought, Shadow. Yeah, maybe they did think a little bit like, these guys are toast. Interesting thought. Exactly, Stevie. You can't worry about the future championship window is right now. Doobie. Yeah, that's right.
Ready?
Hey, Dark Fear. That's right. The Ducks are getting Chris Kreider. Anaheim slowly piecing some things together. Hopefully, Thomas. Hopefully, former Panthers.
Did you want me to jump in?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna jump to the bottom here, and Kyle's gonna join you guys for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll be back. All right, so I'll be back. Okay.
I'm holding off on the R-rated stuff till the men's show.
Yeah, that should be fun. All right, Kyle, you good? Okay, yeah, like 15 minutes. Just give my throat a break so I can catch my breath.
Okay.
I'll close the door so it's getting fluid back off.
All right. Hey, how is everybody doing? Welcome to the therapy session. I'm rolling. Whoever came up with that 0-7 stat when a Dolphins player bangs the drums is ignoring the fact that in the past couple years, Mike McDaniel bangs the drum, and also Dan Marino bangs the drum, and the Panthers end up winning both of those games. So how's everybody doing? Has the what do the Panthers have to say for themselves? What is the excuse? Also, congrats to Connor Hellebuyck for winning both the Hart and Vezina. Roland says, Kyle reports say Marchand wants a 4-year deal worth $8 million per, similar to what Nashville gave Stamkos. I am really doubtful that he wants that much money for that many years. Mythical Riz says we had so many chances to score, but nothing went in. Can only ask to play hard and keep trying tomorrow. Oh, there's a rain delay in the Marlins game, 6-2 lead. They're playing against the Pirates, right? Thomas says the Hurricanes are interested in signing Mitch Marner this summer next month. Oh, great. Another superstar that won't want to stay in Carolina. Hello, Derek. Cade says, I wish that Bennett's shot went in instead of on the crossbar. Almost called it last night. Roland says, Oklahoma City was 68-14 and the best team in the NBA playoffs, but are about to go down 3-1 in the finals. Well, the real telling moment will be how do the Panthers play in Game 5? And I'm not just talking for one period. I'm talking for the entire game. Can they get pucks past Calvin Pickard? Maybe it'll help where they'll have no excuse to be trying to get the foot off the pedal. David says, gotta shut this place down for the night. Have a great one, Kyle, and see y'all tomorrow. Okay, David and Cade, we'll see you both tomorrow. Hello, Sergey Bobrovsky. How you doing? So yeah, a 3-0 lead in Game 4, a 3-1 lead in Game 1. I do not like the repeated inability to hold a lead, a multi-goal lead. So now as the series is tied, headed back to Edmonton tomorrow. What are your thoughts? Do you think the Panthers would be able to win in 6 or 7? Yeah, 1 day rest and traveling. Because for whatever reason, they put the 2-day break in between games 3 and 4 instead of games 4 and 5. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I do not know what is the deal. How do you lose game one because you let the foot off the gas, turn right around and blow an even bigger lead in game five, or excuse me, game four? Mythical Riz says, I prefer we win in 6, but if we won in 7 in Canada, that would be epic. Yeah, the series is tied at 2, so it's essentially become best of 3 with the Oilers having home ice advantage. Adonis says, I always said Cats in 6, they have the chance to prove yourself right. Bob and Skinner still tied on shutouts. George says, Chicago back in 2013, Detroit had the number there, and we came back and then won it all. Teams like that, they're just killers. They know what they're doing. They don't worry about small things. Yeah, happy Friday the 13th. Yeah, where is Barkov? I mean, I get that the top line has been mostly trying to neutralize the top line of the Oilers, but it's a bad look when the captain doesn't score, and from what I recall, let me see if I can find the players cards, the grading card for last night's game. Henderson says that Nurse goal was absolutely sickening. A great shot. Yeah, I just don't understand. A 3-0 lead just evaporates in the second period from what I can only describe as sleepwalking. Wevern Lowe says, I hope Panthers respond hard on the road. It might be hard to recover from the worst loss of the season. Joel Cruz says he can't get too high or too low. Shadow Wolf says, I think the Panthers thought that the Oilers would repeat what they did in Game 3, so they decided to coast in the second period. Reverend Lowe says Oilers have never lost 2 in a row at home. They are due for a losing streak in the finals. Oilers are a very good home team. It worries me. Rosendo Marco says, this is the Stanley Cup Finals. Both teams are motivated. Give me a break. This is the series between the best teams in hockey. Joe Cruz says, hope Panthers bounce back tomorrow. Henderson says, I will say as a neutral, this matchup is pure drugs. Entertaining as you can get. Last 2 years, really. Shadow Wolf says, at least this loss will still be fresh in their minds, and they will not want to have a repeat of what happened last night, tomorrow night. Andrew V. The next game is tomorrow. There's only the 1 day break. So if you the only reason I could figure for the Panthers to keep deliberately doing things like what they did in the game last night is if they just don't have the energy to play for 60 minutes. Although that's immediately contradicted by Game 3. Do the Panthers just keep lulling themselves into the same mental mistake? Yeah, that Bennett shots that missed last night, that was rough. Henderson says, I think it's also important to remember that when Edmonton cheats for offense, there's nobody who can stop them. Yeah, we had chances. Lundell's breakaway, Bennett's crossbar, Chucky wide open shot. Sometimes it just doesn't go in. G-Lo says, Kyle, I was curious. Is German difficult to learn? I know a lot of my American friends with German ancestry tell me it's not so hard. Well, I wouldn't know because I've never really tried to learn German. Case Wojo says Barkov was awful last night. Am I happy now we get to win at home? Well, I would be happier with the 3-1 series lead. Chris says, Kyle, I need help fighting demons. Whatever it is you need help with, I'm here for you, bud. I'm glad you could join us. Johnny says Oklahoma City and the Pacers are keeping it super close. Chris, I hope you're doing okay. Anything I could help you out with, buddy? Yeah, Halliburton went from meme to finals God Emperor in a year. How is that game going? So, it's the end of the first quarter. The Pacers have a 35-34 lead. So literally just a 1-point lead. G-Lo says, I heard the parades tomorrow in the capital might have bad weather. Heard about thunderstorms and rain. Well, that's across the bay from us. So I guess that means we might have some rough weather over here as well. Wyvern Lowe says, just hope Panthers have easy next 2 games. I do not want close games. Too much nerves. I wish it was 6-1 games. Much better. Hey, I like your thinking, Wyvern Lowe. Hey, John, thank you for the 2, buddy. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Thank you for the 2, says, joins late. How do you feel, Kyle? Feeling pretty good because surely the Panthers did not blow a 3-0 lead after the first period and went on to win Game 4 and take a 3-1 series lead, right? Right? A snowstorm during the summer. Did you ever like that? Well, I do not believe there's any snowstorms in the summer. I have certainly never heard of a snowstorm in the summer. It sounds like something that only happens in Alaska. The Panthers have been in the lowest of hockey lows. They can bounce back if they play to their game. Yeah, thunder snow. Chris says, I'm a Panthers fan. Those are my demons. Well, maybe they'll...
Okay. We'll save you guys now.
Okay.
It was a lot longer than I thought. I was waiting for you to come yell.
Well, I was just waiting for you to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're back.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to me for about 20 or so minutes.
Look out, Lele. Come on. Good.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
See you tomorrow in about 23 hours. So, thank you for listening to me. Flood warnings issued to the D.C. area.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's supposed to rain.
Is my state known for Old Bay? Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what Maryland is.
Yes.
Is known for. Okay. You have a good night. I'll turn you back over to Jaws.
The appropriate name for our show apparently is called Doobies and Boobies. No, leave it open for later. Here she comes.
Oh, my glasses are out there. I can't see a thing.
I'll go get them. Just say hi.
Hi. I can't see anything, so. Stop embarrassing him. Say boobies. Kyle doesn't like the word boobies.
Maybe play with her or something, but otherwise, appreciate it. Okay, sounds good. Okay, here you go. Okay.
You know he don't like the word boobies.
He's okay. All right, let's go.
Good job, Kyle.
Yeah. Okay.
Doobie-doobie-doo.
Doobie-doobie-doos. Okay. Let me blow this back up. All right, so what were we talking about? Huh? Were we doing Disney trivia? Were we talking about the rivers of America being filled in? What were we talking about? Huh? Oh, that's it. All right. I'm having my once a month little booby or booty. Unfortunately, I cannot show you Donna's booty. If I showed you Donna's booty, the majority of you would come to this house, beat my ass, and try to steal my wife. Colin says, well, the Checkers blew a 3-1 lead. That's on me. I tried to tell you all that I wasn't going to be involved with it because I didn't want to change the juju. That's totally my fault. I haven't paid any attention and they've been winning. And as soon as I even know what's going on, they blow a 3-1 lead. Jeez. Oh, that's Vancouver Canuck decal. It's one of the things Jameson sent me. So JC has offered this summer to come for the weekend and help us organize all of our stuff.
JC?
Yeah. But we'll have to see how that goes. I got to have the money to like buy all the display cases and everything like that. So you guys will just have to donate to the OnlyFans.
Wayfair has just what we need.
Is that right?
Where's Miss Leia?
Miss Leia is out there with Kyle now. She hasn't quite gotten to the point, we haven't done this with her very much. So she doesn't just come and plop down and lay like Fluffy did. Fluffy at this point would be snoring. You would hear him snoring on the stream.
Leia does that.
Yeah. We just don't have her bed in here. So maybe when we have the yard sale, because we're going to have a yard sale, maybe I'll grab one of the other beds out of the shed and bring it in here for her, because if we're going to put that desk in here, that'll work. All right, so give me score predictions for tomorrow. Only Panthers winning. Anybody that predicts Edmonton winning gets banned for
Is
5
Ryan
minutes.
gone? Where's Ryan? Is he gone?
Give me score predictions for tomorrow.
Does it tell you how many people are on there?
So you see that is 60 people, right? So that's between Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Oh, okay.
All right, so George says 3-2, obviously Panthers. And that would make the series 3-2. So that'll work.
Wait,
Hold on, 3-1. Hey, as long as they don't blow the lead, right? What the hell was that?
what is going on out there?
I don't know what Kyle's doing now. Oh, he's probably putting his food away. Made it.
He's almost.
Yeah, that's the kitchen wall. That's why that day that we had the little smoke fire, I was in here and I was like,
The little smoke fire.
well, we didn't burn the house down.
Good job.
It was smoke, right? So 3-1 with the empty net. Oh boy, I'll take that, George. Oh, Vic says 5-4-6 tuple overtime. Mythical says 7-6 overtime. God, 6 tuple overtime. That's 6 overtime. Can you imagine? I mean, if there's any two teams that can do it,
Sex tuple.
yeah. Well, that's 6, right?
Right.
Is that what it is, or is that quintuple? That's 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what 7.
Yeah, I don't know what's 7.
I don't know what 7 over.
I don't think it. I think it stops at sex tuple. I think he might have
Okay.
made that one up too. but
Gotcha.
Sounds good.
Rosanna says 2. Woo. I can't say the word, but Rosanna says 2-0. I have been saying that Bubba needs to steal a game. At some point, we need to steal his game.
It's 6.
But yeah, it's 6. I figured that makes sense. So, I mean, we've only had the one game not go to overtime.
It's
only-
only 6 before.
That's 6 overtimes. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He says it's only happened 3 times ever in NHL history. God.
Oh.
I mean, because we did the 4. Poor Kyle. Can you imagine Kyle sitting there in the middle of a 6th overtime calling the game? What time would that be?
Third. Even my playoff pancakes.
Oh my God! Right? We'd have to make more pancakes.
You sick?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Let's not think about that happening.
No, but if we go to Game 7, we might have to make a few extra possible preparatory
Maybe 3.
overtime pancakes, because we had 35 pancakes, so we had enough for 7 games and 1 pancake per overtime period for just Kyle. But so with the multiple overtimes and everything else that have gone on,
That's a lot of math.
it's a lot of math. Exactly.
What will do me for every goal?
Exactly. John says, always play reverse mind games. I pretend to bet on opponents so I can lose my bet like JC and Drake. Colin says, 5-4 overtime winner from Matthias, Bure, and Tim Thomas. All right, now does Yager get the assist there, Colin? Roll a doobie for every goal. Oh my God! By the end of the second period,
Oh,
gone. End of the first period, the hell with it. I don't really smoke very much anymore, so now if I have a hit, I kind of feel it quick. Smoke a doobie for every overtime. Jeez. John says 6 overtime periods would be like 2 a.m. So then I got to do the recap. The recap would be up at like 4. That would be awesome.
no.
And I got to get up at work at 6. Not work out of that. I suppose if I work till 3, I'm allowed to sleep in. You're the boss. No, I don't. That's it.
You're the boss.
I got to get up at 5:30. That's it. That's the rules. All right, Rosenda, appreciate you joining us.
Sure. What's up?
Derek says, I just thought of that Tampa-Columbus 5 overtime game 5 years ago. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that one. Oh, man, the Coke is good. Damn, the Coke is
You
good.
see why I like it?
Well, I know why I like it. I just don't have it because it's bad for you. But it's just better than having a bunch of sugar. I needed for my throat. All right, so we've got overtime, we've got sexed overtime, we've got quin overtimes. We've already played 1, 2, 3, 4 overtime periods. Obviously, not complete periods. So that's already an extra game. John says, Matthias from job saying we were going to overtime 6 times. Oh, my God, the poor kid. I don't know. I haven't heard from him this week, so I know he's not going to be here this weekend. But if there's a game 7, he might be there next weekend. We'll see.
Ask him what kind of stuff. What kind of stuff does he want your thoughts on? Can you give us more of your
Kay says, can I give us more of my thoughts instead of just reading comments?
Stuff.
Interesting.
What kind of stuff? Hockey stuff?
Thoughts on stuff. You talking about the game? Sure, the game.
Stuff.
Yeah. My thoughts on stuff is that somebody in that damn locker room, like I said last night, I'm still pissed. That's kind of why I'm reading the comments, because I'm still pissed about last night. Yeah, thank you, John. It's game 7 is Friday night. I meant to say that. Like, I just don't understand how – I understand 3-1. I grasp that. 3-2, but how Maurice doesn't call a timeout, how nobody on that bench doesn't just – I mean, because they looked worse. They looked worse. They got so discombobulated and so disorganized. And I just don't understand how what we went through against Edmonton last year and then how what we went through them in game 1. Game 1, it's the same week. How do you get that lead in the first period and not be like, hey, let's all collectively get together and make sure that this doesn't happen again for the same reason? That, to me, that's going to haunt me for a long time if we don't win this cup, because it just seems like common sense. I would think that all of us are sitting there going, there's no way to make this. They're going to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Like on a human level, on a personal level, on a common sense level. I just don't understand how they could do that and not get a grip on it. And not blaming Maurice, but the lack of a timeout at 3-2. I mean, it's like it's the Stanley Cup final, man. You got a lead. You're this close to a 3-1 series lead, which is almost done, right? So now how do you recover from it? Well, number one, I mean, look at what Edmonton did, right? You can't sit there and say, well, Panthers are toast because they can't recover from this. Because Edmonton, we whooped their ass all over the place and embarrassed them in game 3, and they almost got embarrassed again in the first period. So we can't use the excuse of, well, we're cooked because it was two too mentally challenging because, I mean, Edmonton could have just got run out the building the other night, and they didn't. And you have to give them credit in that second period because they did come back and fight hard. Coach Slayer says, you know what's really frustrating? It drove me to Applebee's to drink, seeing Visit Edmonton ads on YouTube.
We go to Applebee's to drink. Not the bar, but Applebee's.
Well, Applebee's has a bar.
Yeah, but it's just funny.
I know. George says the puck got booty bounce. So okay, so it's tied. I think at the beginning of the series, we all would have taken a tie. That's fine. Have we blown a couple leads? Yes. I'm not going to say it would have been a sweep because everything would have been different. If we would have not blown the lead in game one, maybe Edmonton comes back and beats us at game two. You know what I mean? Because it's all give and take. It's so damn even. So what they have to get through their thick skulls is that this isn't last year. Our offense is better. The defense is worse. We're not going to win these games 2-1 like we did Game 7 last year. We're not going to hold a 1-goal lead for 30 minutes or whatever it was. They've got to get that through their thick skull that we're going to win this series by outscoring Edmonton. They're going to get their goals. Just skate the whole damn 60 minutes. And then if we lose 7-6, we lose 7-6. But we just – now the other part to it is game one, Verhaeghe said it. Game two, Reinhardt said it. We were too slow. We were a little bit too passive. And to me, that reeks of them really trying to conserve their energy and energy management and feeling, okay, like we've got this lead. Let's try to play game 7 last year and shut them down. But Edmonton's too good for that. And we don't, our defense, I like Jones, and certainly he'll probably be a good Ekblad replacement. And I'm not ranking him on Schmidt and Kulikov either. But for whatever reason, whether it's the forwards not having the same level of tenacity, which is somewhat evidenced by the lack of heavy forecheck all the time, for whatever reason, we're giving up more goals. And it seems to come when the forwards stop skating the way they need to skate. And I understand it's 3-0 and you want to try to coast through the second period and close it out in the third period. And I can understand starting the period with that idea. But at 3-1 or especially at 3-2, how do you not recollect yourself and understand what's happening? Edmonton, what? When was the last time a team came back from 3 goals in a Stanley Cup final game and won the game? Something like 38 games or something like that? Kazuma says checkers are between the Panthers and blowing the lead. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen as soon as I engaged. You can't change the juju. It's bad juju. It's my fault. John says a lot of credit for Edmonton's comeback down 0-3. You would think Edmonton would cut their lines to 3. They should have worn them down playing the 4 lines. Versus both teams are close, and it isn't because of the forecheck or all that other shit. It's because they're both good at comebacks because they get shit done. They come together as a team. Chicago was like that. Well, I agree and I disagree. It has been, what's the word I'm looking for? It has happened over and over again during the regular season and during the playoffs. Panthers get a lead, and they all of a sudden stop getting aggressive. Understand the forecheck is heavy on the energy expenditure, but it's for this Panther team, it's less of a defensive structure as it is our offensive structure, because we create a lot of our chances off the forecheck. And what I've noticed happening in games like yesterday in the second period is, as an example, there was a play behind the Edmonton net where, under normal circumstances, where we were playing to the best of our ability, Bennett was close enough to the puck carrier to go after him and be aggressive and try to recollect the puck. But instead, he backed off and started playing defense. And that happened a couple of times. It happened against the Canes in the game we lost. It happened against Toronto in Game 6. And they just stopped the heavy forechecking. Forget about the back checking. You can just tell the difference in our aggressiveness, which I understand, because it is hard to do that for a full 60 minutes. But you can notice a palpable difference in these periods where we blow these leads. The second period all year long. I mean, there must have been 50 times when I would go into the recap room and be like, yeah, we sucked in that second period again. They have been trying to conserve energy in the second period all year long to then try to finish strong. And, they've been to 3 straight cup finals. It makes sense. John says, no doubt strange things happen, but up 3-0 and 2-1 in the series, to see us desperately score late to force overtime is totally unimaginable. And that's the other thing. I mean, they scored 18 seconds left. We scored 19 seconds left. Like, the emotional swings inside of each game is just, I don't know about you, but when I was doing the recap last night, it was so long because I was exhausted. I was wiped out. Eventually, I got going in the post game and had somewhat of a rant. But the first 5 minutes, I was kind of speechless because I thought for sure when Reinhart got that goal, I'm like, all right, we're gonna finish this.
Andrew said hi up there.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Oh, I didn't see where.
Right there.
Hey, Andrew, how you doing, bud? Kazuma. No, I hear what you're saying about the Leafs. I don't necessarily feel that way. We're not playing soft. Not that the Leafs were soft this year. I still think, I said it in game 1, first period of game 1, and I think it still holds true. It's just normal human nature. Edmonton wants this more than Florida. Now, that's not a guarantee that Florida's going to lose, but Edmonton wants this more, in my opinion. You can see, and why shouldn't they? They should, right? They should want it more. So whether or not that's the one piece that brings it over to the line, I mean, like I've been saying, if the Bennett shot goes in, we're a completely different conversation. If the Bennett shot goes in, all you're going to see on Twitter and everything all day today is, are the Panthers a dynasty? They're 1 game away from winning 2 in a row. Can they win 3 in a row? How much will Marchand stay, take the stay? That quarter of an inch makes the difference. And that's just where we are. There's just nothing we can do about it at this point. I almost feel like our best hope is getting these games to overtime and taking our chances, because if there's 5 minutes left and we got a 1-goal lead, I don't trust it. And I don't think Edmonton trusts it either. Either way, I mean, both teams did the exact same thing. IDK, that's not true. We were losing weren't we losing 4-3? Or is that we were winning 4-3? Well, we came back last night. We just didn't finish it, right? Yeah, I hear what you're saying, George. Yeah. George says, I mean, my teams are Chicago and San Jose. I grew up. You got this back both when Chicago was good, San Jose, right? Then it says the game has 3 periods most of the time. Sometimes. Don says, let's calm down a bit, guys. It's not over till it's over. Now let's think of some positives and get us into a better mood for our own sanity. Well, Chucky started scoring. I'm going to piss myself off again. We rang the bell twice for Chucky, and we didn't win a game. That sucks. Knock on wood, we're healthy. Kachuk looks like he's skating halfway decent. Barkov still doesn't look like himself. With the beard especially, he doesn't look like himself. But on the ice, in spurts, he looks like himself, but not overly. What Lundell and Luosterainen especially, he's just absolutely blossomed. We got to keep Marchand, man. We got to win the cup, so he wants to stay, and we got to keep him. Kate says, wanting it and winning it are two completely different things. I agree. Colin says, switch the red jersey for tomorrow. Oh, I thought about it today. I'm not going back to the white jersey. Not going to the white jersey. I'll consider it. I'd have to get a real good feeling of what I would wear otherwise. Rally caps almost worked yesterday, too. Anthony says, who do I want in the drum for Game 6? Luongo. Luongo banged for Game 7 last year, especially if we win Saturday. If we win Saturday, you got to put Luongo on the drum for Game 6. Got to do it. Christian says Panthers win the cup on 6/17. What is that? Is that Tuesday? Yeah, because my dentist appointment is Wednesday. I gotta move that too. I gotta reschedule it for the following week. Because when they get in there to do everything, and my mouth's gonna be sore for 2 days, and Wednesday's either gonna be the end of somebody's season or we gotta stream again on Friday.
I thought it was just a cleaning.
Yeah, but they get in there because my molars move around and everything. I have all my wisdom teeth and all my molars. So when they get in there and floss and all of that, I'll have TMJ for a couple of days after that. So I got to move the appointment a week. John says, ask Miss Jaws. I know ladies keep their last names when they get married. What's the story with Edmonton's Ryan Nugent Hopkins Goldstein? Oh, boy. Well, what I can say is that Donna's last name will be changing. But that's okay. That's an agreed upon thing, by the way. That's not me. That's not me telling her how it is. That's an agreed upon thing. Her mom got a good kick out of it, though.
Yeah.
Right? Donna says only 3 good players last night were Bob, Chucky, and a little bit of Lundell. Now hope they keep that energy into tomorrow night's. That's the only 3? Let me think about that. I don't know. Marchand didn't have his normal jump. I'll grant you that. Goat Slayer getting railroaded for drink prices plus fire quesadilla. That sounds pretty good, actually, right now. Yeah. Don says, got to be Lou for Game 6. He'll bring the energy for the crowd. Yeah, hopefully that's the way we go. Hopefully it is a game where we can win the cup that night. I mean, let's just forget everything that happens. Forget everything that happened, and we'll just close with this sentence. Okay? If the Panthers win tomorrow, they can win the cup at home on Tuesday. I mean, that's just forget everything else. Forget everything else that's happened. If the Panthers win tomorrow, they can win the cup at home on Tuesday. Honestly, I think that's the most positive way we could finish it up. Harwood, you says for everything so far has gone as I told you. Lose game 1, win 2 and 3, lose 4 and 5, win 6 and 7. Now, Harwood, I agreed with you, but what I had was lose game 1, win 2 and 3, lose 4, and then win 5 and 6. So one of us will be wrong, one of us will be right, but we both have us winning. So we'll take it either way, right? Interesting. Yeah, that's right. Forsling should have almost scored on his birthday, right? Hey, big dog, how you doing, bud? Thanks, Katie. I have PTSD now. Michael says, so I think the Oilers line changed, figured us out. No, I don't believe that the lineup changes really had much to do with it. Both teams had so many chances. I mean, Bob made saves. Picard made some ridiculous saves. I mean, Lundell gets the puck right there all by himself. It could have been 4-1 at that point. It's just so many things that could have happened that didn't. So, all right, everybody, that is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Much love for all the super chats. And I'll be live tomorrow at noon. So I'm going to get to bed, so I'm good and fresh for everybody. We'll be live tomorrow at noon. And then right back, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Everybody bring your A game, all the positivity. I don't even want to have to look at those rally caps and put Sasha on the couch. Panthers are just going to take care of business tomorrow, and then we'll finish this damn thing up Tuesday at home. At home. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how. Win the road game first. Win the road game first. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support.
Good night.
Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your night. I shall see you mañana.